Hello guys, welcome back. Today we are going to be making another video, and this is going to be Block Wars episode 16. So of course recently the Lapis took over a massive amount of the world. They conquered the Redstone, and so they are doing very good. And they immediately start taking more territory in. Of course, not many people flow into this territory, but this doesn't really matter to them. It's just a small side project. And the Lapis build the palace to be bigger and better. And it will be, of course, extremely tall and high up. So they build the palace to be even larger. They build tons of homes. Very few get inhabited, but they're still building homes. And they are extremely powerful now. While, yes, their land is mostly a wasteland, they still are much more powerful than they were before the war. And they decide that they are going to build a second military base. Of course, there's this one right here, but they decide to build it right here. So that's interesting. And then they also start gathering more people over here. Which of course makes the Lapis even stronger and even larger. They now have even more territory. And then we go over to the Holy Netherrack Church. And they have connected their two areas of civilization and living, and so they now have all of this as their territory. And they decide to build more barracks for military and equipment to show that they are the superior beings, or to try and show that. And over here with the obsidian, they send out scouts all the way out here. And they show a large civilization that is currently in a war. With another civilization that's over here. And both of these civilizations have natural defenses, hills and mountains and rivers, aiding each of them. And the lapis and the obsidian are shocked to hear of this, and so they decide to try and figure out more about these civilizations. And they learn that they are each very big, or not very big, but they're big, and they could potentially be a threat if left unchecked. So this kind of scares the obsidian and the lapis. So eventually, after trying to figure out who these civilizations were, they find out that they are two very weak kind of civilizations. And one of them originated from a civilization from long ago that we had seen, and it was the closer of the two. And it was called the Raw Gold Civilization. And then the other civilization was called the Sponge Civilization. And the fight started when they both took each other's resources, and the sponges had the rivers and the gold had the mountains, but then they fought a civil war, and the raw gold threw them into the mountains and lost the mountains, and so now they're both continuously at war because each of the nations wants their resources back. And so the Obsidian tell the Raw Gold that they will send them resources. And so the two Obsidian scouts come back to their empire and tell them of this massive new discovery. So the Obsidians slowly grow after this discovery, trying to build kind of a superpower zone. And the moss only grow a tiny bit as they are still recovering from everything. And they only grow in number of houses, which is very few. And the Obsidian continue to grow their military power, and they are really trying to stay on the top of the world, trying to keep their power together. And eventually they build some more commander barracks and send a commander out to the raw gold civilization. So of course the Obsidian have kind of had a history of giving soldiers to help fight in wars to civilizations. And so the Obsidian make this deal with the raw gold, and so that is in place. And meanwhile, a small civilization is created by people who got lost in wars and soldiers who never found their way back home. And this civilization is relatively small. It has very few civilians. But it is out here, and it is very rich and very distant from civilization or other civilizations, and it's called the Netherite civilization. And what it's doing all the way out here, no one can really tell. Especially since there is a massive mountain range that is out here. Blocking travelers. So the mountain range is just so massive, taking or encompassing a ton of land. And this civilization is extremely wealthy because it has a large river nearby it. That goes near the mountain range. So this is basically massive new resource for everyone here. So it extends out to this lake kind of thing, and it's a small lake, but this is a massive river that covers for the lake. And so that is about it for this episode. This is episode 16, The Age of Exploration, and everybody kind of grows their civilizations and finds more civilizations. And now this area is not the only area. Now there is the unknown lands and then the northern lands. So if you liked that video, which I hope you did, then please subscribe, and I will see you next video. Bye!